Good morning, everyone. This is a beautiful spot to wake up to this morning, but we got to get back on the road. It's time to get going. So my plan for this evening is to try to stealth camp somewhere near downtown Salt Lake City. It'll be the first time that I've stealth camped in this little truck camper shell that I recently restored, and a big reason why I did this and why I picked that thing up off of Facebook Marketplace was for the stealth factor. I wanted to be able to go to the beach and surf for a couple of days and just sleep on the side of the road, and it would be a little bit more inconspicuous than the Rogue, the big truck camper that I have. So that was kind of the whole point of this, but I haven't quite had the chance to test it out yet. I will say that it's pretty loud in there. Like, there's no insulation or sound deadening material, so I can hear basically anything that happens outside. And I assume the same applies for people walking by on the street, that they can hear any sound that I make in there, or fans going, or whatever it may be. So that's probably the thing that I'm the most concerned about. I think that it's pretty stealthy. I think it's going to blend in okay, but keeping light and sound from escaping and people noticing that will be a little bit more of a challenge. So on my way up to Salt Lake City, I wanted to kind of take my time and check out a few things. The first stop for today is going to be the Nebo Mountain Scenic Loop. I've been here once before and done at least a portion of this road with Brian, Adventure Van Man, back in 2017. I think a good portion of the road was closed then, though, because it was in May and there was still a bunch of snow on the ground. There shouldn't be any snow this time of year. So this here is the beautiful Devil's Kitchen. The sign over here calls it a mini Bryce Canyon. Certainly not the same magnitude as the amphitheater at Bryce Canyon, but pretty incredible no less. The sign here says that this was all formed from erosion deposits after streams and water flowed through this area over a very long amount of time. You're left with the conglomerate rock, which is what we see, and then obviously the forces of weathering and erosion are extremely active in this area, and because of that, things change very rapidly, and that's what leaves you with this incredibly unique landscape, all the hoodoos and awesome rock formations everywhere. This here is the majestic Mount Nebo, for what this whole wilderness area and scenic byway is named after. It's just under 12,000 feet, so the highest peak in this particular mountain range. And according to this sign, Mount Nebo is very geologically unique. When it was forming, the rock layering process was inverted by a massive thrust fault. So the youngest rock is actually at the top of Mount Nebo, which is very rare. Normally the older rock is at the top and the younger stuff is below. I guess it's kind of the opposite of what would happen with a normal mountain. I'm just slowly making my way towards Salt Lake City this evening. I will say I've kind of gotten used to the convenience of living close to a smaller city. In Albuquerque, I kind of take for granted like how easy it is to get around there. Going to a major metropolis like this, I mean, it's funny to think of Salt Lake City like that, but it is a very densely populated area. There's a lot of people here. It's kind of a weird feeling to be driving around. I'm not really used to dealing with this much traffic and stuff. It's not bad, you know, I'm totally okay with it. I guess that's one of the benefits of Albuquerque. It's nice sometimes living in a small city. That being said, this evening my plan is to actually check out one of the public golf courses in Salt Lake. There's a bunch of like municipal golf courses that are very accessible, very affordable, similar to Albuquerque. Albuquerque has a few great ones as well. So I'm going to go try to play 9 holes this evening at one of the public courses if I can get out. And I have a couple other things that I want to do before going to bed as well. So it should be an eventful evening. So golf took a little bit longer than I had expected. It's basically almost dark now. I did just go and drive around Liberty Park for a moment. That's kind of what I wanted to check out, but like I said, I don't really have much daylight. It's kind of getting dark. Seems like a pretty awesome park. It's 80 acres. It's the second largest park in Salt Lake City, and they've got all kind of stuff like an aviary and a bunch of ponds and islands and some bridges. The golf course was also awesome. Municipal course, public course, maybe one of the best ones I've ever played. It was in really, really great condition. I like the ones in Albuquerque, and it was even in better shape than those. Next, it is time to get some dinner. I'm going to be going to In-N-Out Burger because I don't really get a chance to do that anywhere else, and there are a couple of them in the Salt Lake City area. I specifically chose this In-N-Out for dinner because it's directly next to a Planet Fitness, and I really wanted to get a hot shower after the past couple of days on the road. But unfortunately, the Planet Fitnesses in Utah close at 7 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. I guess I'm going to have to get that shower in the morning. So the last thing I want to do this evening is just walk around downtown Salt Lake City a little bit. I recently got a new lens. It's a 35mm, pretty fast lens, a Sigma Art lens, and I haven't even had a chance to use it yet, so I figure this is a good opportunity. It does well in low light. Go out, walk around a little bit, and show you guys around Salt Lake City. Then I'll try to find my spot for the night. So I'm actually realizing that Salt Lake City is technically smaller than Albuquerque, like substantially smaller. The population's like just over 200,000 here. Albuquerque is like 500,000 or somewhere around that area. But the metropolitan area for Salt Lake City is like 3 times the size of the metropolitan area for Albuquerque, which explains why there are so many people around here. It's actually pretty busy. Like, it is a Saturday night, but I was walking around downtown and there's quite a few folks out and about, and I don't even think I was in one of the more popular parts of the city. It was kind of fun to walk around though. It's a beautiful evening, really nice temperature outside, Probably going to be kind of warm inside, but, just make the most of it. I'm going to get things ready right now, and then I'm going to try to find a slightly quieter place to park. I don't think I'm going to stealth camp directly in front of the Capitol building. Pretty neat little DIY truck camper house there. Seems like a pretty good spot. I think I made it back here unseen. If I was seen, I definitely looked completely ridiculous. I didn't put the tailgate down because I was trying to be inconspicuous, and I just kind of climbed in and my feet were dangling in the air, and then I reached out and slammed the top part shut, and then I put the curtain up right away. I don't think anybody saw me. I'm gonna shut up now. Hopefully I'll talk to you guys in the morning and not between now and then. That neighborhood was a pretty good stealth camping spot. Just enough cars on the street to be able to blend in nicely, but at the same time it was very limited traffic. Really wasn't too loud back there. I couldn't hear cars going by. Nothing really woke me up throughout the night, so that was good. I guess the only downside was that it was on quite a bit of a slant, for the drainage, I guess, by the curbs on each side. It's not exactly level, so I was kind of falling towards one side all night. My mattress and sheets and stuff were all migrating. Otherwise, worked out. I'd say the first night stealth camping with the cheap truck topper was a success. I think it's about time for me to head out of the city life here and get back to the national forests. Had kind of a negative encounter with a local gentleman this morning. I was exploring a little park nearby, and there's this little road that kind of goes around it, and I didn't realize it. It's a 2-lane road. It has a yellow line in the middle of it, but I guess on certain days they designate half of it for pedestrian traffic, and I accidentally went the wrong way on this road for maybe 5 or 10 yards. It was a very short distance, but I was going the wrong way, and this gentleman on a bicycle stopped me, and he said, "Excuse me, you're going the wrong way." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that I'm not from the area." And I pulled off into this little pull-off area, which is what I was actually kind of going for anyways, because there's a really nice view of the Capitol building that I wanted to take a picture of. And I said, "Is it okay if I just park here for a moment and take a picture of the Capitol?" And I guess this guy was having a really bad day because he immediately took out his phone and he said, "No, I'm going to take a picture of you and I'm going to call the police." And he starts filming me and taking pictures of me, and he's going for my license plate and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't really know what to do at this point, so I just took my camera out and filmed him. And fortunately, my camera kind of scared him away, and he just went away on his bicycle. And he said, "You can't go the wrong way." And I said, "I'm sorry about that, sir. I didn't realize it," as he's going away on his bike. So just not great to encounter someone like that on a beautiful Sunday morning, and I guess maybe that's why I avoid cities a lot of the time and try to avoid people. Stuff like that just isn't a lot of fun. That being said, stealth camping worked out. I did get away with it. I guess I am lucky that that guy didn't find me parked on the street in the middle of the night last night, though, because things probably would have been a little bit different if he had. I'm going to slowly make my way towards Idaho next. Have a couple of adventures planned for that area. Can't wait to take you guys along on the journey. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out the new Element Life membership site linked below. Becoming a member grants you access to many benefits, including an interactive map of my favorite free camping and stealth camping spots from across the country, featuring footage and information about each campsite, bonus videos every month, special discounts, and much more. Thanks again for watching.